Summertime, you at the pool, everybody riding bikes, 20 bikes deep to the pool. Somebody you hanging with girls with, playing manhunt with. Come on, man. Right? Somebody I've talked about spiritual experiences with. Somebody who, when my other friend, rest in power to my boy Joe Wagner, aka Wild Boy. Here's another situation to show you that I really relate to this, right? On a deeper level is my boy Joe back in 2016. He his was July 3rd when he died, right? When he transitioned. I had seen him by our old middle school. I had just moved back in town, back to my hometown because I was out of town for a while, and I seen him by my old middle school. He was hyping. He was telling me about, oh, this motorcycle, because he was like one of the best dirt bike riders around, right? He since a kid he always been riding. He's like, yo, this motorcycle though. He was gonna get he was getting a motorcycle. He's like, this motorcycle, I think he said it was in Long Island. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna go pick it up. Things aren't it was kind of a struggle, it was complications, but he was like, yo, I'm gonna get it. In my mind, I was gonna say to him, maybe you have those complications. Maybe you should just fall back. But he was so excited about it, I never spoke my mind, right? Fast forward after he gets the bike, a little bit later, it's trending all over Facebook, RIP Joe. He dies, gets into a motorcycle accident. He doesn't make it, right? My natural response, human response is, why didn't I tell Joe how I really felt? Maybe that right there, that moment, could have changed reality. But, it took me a while to finally realize, like, things genuinely do happen for a reason. And it's meant to teach us lessons, because Joe would make posts prior to his death where he would post certain pictures, like someone riding a dirt bike, and it said something like, if I die doing what I love, don't cry for me, I went out happy, right? And all these type of posts like this where he like left these messages behind. So it's like things happen for a reason. And even when I made a tribute song and video to my boy Joe, the person that was there was my cousin. Right? When I did the video, the person that was there was my cousin, who got murdered in 2020. So how you guys think? So I definitely relate to these feelings at the end. I definitely had to express that. That I really relate. If Ren never sees this, I really relate.
With the edge and then we're crying and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, cause I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I could find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd. Fuck.
See, that's deep. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. That's deep. That's traumatic, but just know he was definitely there in spirit, for sure. For sure. For sure. And in this song you making about him, it was meant. It was meant. It's gonna change lives for sure. There's people who were thinking about, the title, doing this title, and I'm saying it like that once again for safety purposes with YouTube. And they're gonna watch this video and realize, what? I'm not gonna, maybe that's not the right decision. Maybe I shouldn't commit what this title says. You get what I'm saying? So definitely much love to Ren. But let me go back more towards the beginning and really pick up on certain things he said that I really want to speak about.
A nice guy, a light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Oh, treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely beneath this. Narcissistic, can't keep a secret. Miscount sheep, but can't sleep, a misfit. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. Bruises my brother.
He said narcissistic, can't keep a secret. This is somebody who knows self, who's very intelligent and knows self, and struggles with the false self in dealing with that reality, right?
One time or the other, my skin felt counterfeit. Silicone rubber bruises my sister. Skin pop the blister. Dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you. Oh, I, falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out.
The imagery is crazy to me too. Like even with all these skulls right here, for me, it reminds me of so many lost souls, so many people who have, you know, took in their own lives, you know, and things like that, or even are walking around here not physically, you know, dead, but like that quote that says it's not about when you physically die, it's about what dies on the inside while you're still living. So many people that are physically just not there anymore. To me, that could represent that too. I love the imagery he did in this video.
Out on the other side, suicide, suicide, suicide. I, treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy.
I love how he put in a taste of from his Sick Boy song and just incorporates that. Like usually you hear people, you know, that are influenced by other artists, right? You know, incorporate that and incorporate that into their music, which nothing's wrong with that. But to hear an artist do that with his own music from another song, I think is pretty awesome.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick.
That's what I wanted to touch on. Okay, I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. There's a quote that goes, "It's insane to not be insane in an insane reality, right? Or in an insane world. You know, it's crazy to not be crazy in a crazy world, right?" And what he said, I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. It's like, yeah, it goes back to everything I was saying towards the beginning, where it's like nothing. I'm gonna just touch on this, like. Nothing's really natural anymore, right? When you deal with this world, you're given from birth, you're given a name, you're given this, you're given that, a religion, or this, go to school, blah blah blah, and you're not really eating processed foods, pharmaceutical medicines. You're not really in touch with nature like that. I'm not just talking about going outside and walking a trail, right? I love walking trails. I'm not talking about just going outside and walking a trail. I'm not talking about just, you know, going swimming in a lake, which is awesome. I love doing that too. But I'm talking about actually like knowing how things work, like actually having that wind blow and feel like you could communicate with that wind, or looking at that tree and feeling like you could feel emotions coming off that tree, knowing exactly what to eat in order to heal yourself, knowing being able to just sit in that sunlight and get restored, you know, understanding that the present is a present, and having gratitude and enjoying those moments. We're placed in a world where everything's about kind of like you got to focus on the future or you're distracted, and that the whole time everything moving so fast, you're never really getting a chance to heal the problems inside that's really going on because you're too focused on trying to keep up, or too focused on not trying to lose what you already done built up, right? And that's a serious problem. A lot of people be depressed and don't even know it, right? Whole time animals. Look at what just happened with the wildfire in Canada and how New York was covered, and you know, and think about how much animals perished. Right at that point, Mother Nature's just like Mother Nature would be crying. I would think at that point, right? Like that's no joke. Think about all the people that breathed in that type of air, right? And a lot of people don't know the natural ways to go cure themselves, right? So that's what I mean by they're not in tune with anything. They're in a world where it's like the Joker. It's like the Joker. Like he kept going through so much till eventually he said, "You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna be everything that y'all think I am anyway." And he just embraced that and went on crazy and realized, you know what? This is just a video game. This world anyway, right? Or Bane in Batman, right? He knew everything that was wrong with the world and he planned against it. so many villains can actually be heroes when you look at it from a certain perspective, man. Because they really just be trying to destroy this matrix in all reality, you know. A lot of them, at least. But yeah, seriously, guys, like when you really look at it from that perspective, it's like, man, you know, it's crazy to not be crazy in a crazy world. And that's what Ren's really saying. You know, you feel like it's like you're told you got this, you got that, this psychological problem, this and that. But when you actually have a heart, when you actually like you still have your emotions intact, and you're not just a robot, and you can feel. Yeah, you're gonna have all type of issues because it's like waking up in hell. I press play, but it doesn't want to play.
I'm so fucking washed up and seasick. Masochistic kid with a split lip. 6 feet deep, I can't eat, I'm nervous. Won't stay down cause my body purges. Useless my mother, can't keep in my supper. Skin so pale cause my cheeks leak colour. Truth is my father, you choose your karma. Draw for the sword, then drive through the armour. Oh, I falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Oh, I treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
This whole imagery, in this video, it just feels like someone who's walking through the matrix, walking through a hell state. You know, like that's what it feels like, you know, but he's awake, almost like that movie They Live, right? Where it's like when he put those glasses on and he could see everything that was wrong, right? It's like some people they're born with those glasses and never take them off. And then those are the people we end up calling crazy and all type of stuff. When in all reality, they see everything that's wrong with the world, but the world tells them that everything's wrong with them. You know, everything is just wrong with them. This problem, that problem, this. Man, oh man. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. This video definitely hit different. It also just makes me think. It's like, look at the world we live in, where I could get with someone like me who doesn't even have 40,000 subscribers, not 50, not 60, not even 100,000, right? None of that. I could get demonetized. I can get, you know, pretty much my voice taken away for 5 days, where I can't even post on my community tab to let my subscribers know what's going on. I can get violated like that over a reaction, an analysis from 6 months ago to a video about something that's going on the other side of the world. A positive analysis is that, right? Not no fear mongering, nothing like that. I can get that, but then you got people who they can react to people rapping about drugs, people rapping about murder, people dancing about other people's deaths and all type of stuff, and people can spread so much toxicity and never get demonetized and almost get rewarded, get promoted for it, get YouTube will recommend their videos all day. So that shows you what type of world we live in right there. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But like I said, guys, original link in the description. Once again, if you're new, make sure you go binge watch my REN playlist.